So, here we are, back, not in Cotran. Shock horror, and I forgot to mute my stream, so nice welcome back. So, yeah, this is an old build. I put up some stuff yesterday. So I've been away for a couple of weeks. Well, I haven't actually been anywhere. This is a private server. The man who owns it got married, and he went off on his honeymoon. Thoughtless bastard. Anyway, this is the first time really back at it for a couple of weeks. So not much to review, obviously. I haven't been doing a great deal. Actually been working on a mod for Minecraft. These were things that went up before the server became unavailable. I'm not really sure what this is. It was supposed to be a fort, but then somewhere along the line it became a thing. It's sort of, I don't know, I feel like I have no idea. It's some sort of temple thing. Oh man. So I don't think this was actually up either. I started it after the previous stream a couple of weeks ago, but it was never done, never finished until until I couldn't stream. So this is the first time seeing. Not too bad. I'm fairly happy with it. It's one of those things where I'm filling up the space, but I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just keep putting stuff down. That's why it's such an unusual shape. You know, it comes in like here, kind of even, gives the false impression, and it stays even all the way down, and then just sort of gets a little bit screwy. So, what the hell was that? Oh, it's the Guardians shooting lasers. So, yeah, I haven't been here for obviously 2 weeks, as I say. I haven't seen this place for 2 weeks. No work has actually been done here since then, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm fairly happy with the place. I think I really ought to finish putting that corner up. And there's something similar over here. Yeah, this little patch here could do with being put up properly. I never finished the wall properly either. Really ought to. There's a little bit of work could be done here, just a few little scrappy buildings, probably put in a few more coming down. That's supposed to be a farm. But really, what I'm, really? What I don't get is how it fell down there. I mean, it's not enough to kill it, but seriously. Like, why would it even think about walking off of that? Okay, so anyway, this area needs a lot of work. I think this is supposed to be a stable, so this is like obviously going to end. But I also feel that maybe it ought to be a throughway. There's also the potential for the road to cut off here as well. Yeah, what I actually want to crack on with is the necropolis that I threatened to build for ages now. It's not far enough away from Cotran, not as much as I would have liked it to be. There's not a lot I can do about that. This little marker here is actually meant to be a rough design for the building. I've actually had some thoughts yesterday about exactly how I want this building to look, and unfortunately that is going to involve digging down, which I really hate. because it's a pain. You know, in order to build a room below ground, you need to knock out the space that the room occupies, plus the walls, and then rebuild the walls. It's just like extra work. But I think it's going to be, it's required. It's justified by the building. I think it will work better. I really wanted to put the necropolis here, but the swamp was not as big as I thought it was. So part of me might be happier if I put it in another location. Hey presto, another swamp. Actually quite a big one. I don't know. So, I'm not sure now. Was that a double ravine? Yep. Oh, this is good. What the hell am I looking at here? Actually, let's do this the simple way. Okay, so epic cavern, 2 ravines. This could seriously have only gotten better if it had been a mine shaft cutting across at some point. You know, I don't think I've ever seen a mine shaft with the bottom missing, a ravine with the bottom missing like this. This is the first for me. I mean, I've seen ravines where they've kind of sliced underneath one underneath the other, but such a large chunk of the floor of the ravine missing. It's unusual. So, what that means is I may have actually just found an actual spot to put this. If I remember which direction I was facing. Okay, so Cotran is over here. So yeah, this may be maybe where I put it. It's kind of frustrating that I actually ran into this right now. I was really hoping to just crack on with building, but I'm going to actually have to run backwards and forwards a couple of times while I really think about this. I think if I do put it up here, it's going to be back here is the center. Anyway, there won't be enough room otherwise. So the reason I'm so excited about this particular ravine system, I mean, apart from the fact it's pretty cool, and I do actually, I like to mark interesting features. Like, you know, if I find an interesting set of tunnels or ravines, I will put a building over the top of it as a sort of extreme form of marker. You know, most people probably do a couple of pieces of cobblestone and say, hey, I must come back here, but no, I'll build a building. So, yeah, the thing is, as I mentioned, the plan was for the necropolis to go underground. So having something like this nearby, I can maybe incorporate it into the build. I'll need to find out where exactly I want to put that. But I think about here-ish. See, what we're having is there's going to be a large circular building, like the marker back in the other swamp. There'll be a circular building, and then there'll be avenues or corridors, hallways, leading off in all four directions, and then each one will end in a small building, square building. And both square building and the center circular building will all penetrate down into the ground, a good 5 levels. It's a lot of work, but I think it won't be worthwhile unless I go down at least 5 levels rather. Each level will be 5 layers, so we're talking about going down 25 blocks, possibly deeper, depending on how I do it. So obviously, doing what I'm doing here, it's good likely that the other building is going to come down straight on top of the ravine, and at some point, digging down will just simply open you out onto all this epicness. That's the plan. But yeah, I'm going to cut it off there for the YouTube part. I'll come back and clip that off later and post it. And so I'll say adieu in that case. And so now comes the harder part.